We riding. Fucking with my brothers, yeah, we riding. Fucking with my brothers, yeah, we riding. We riding. We riding. Fucking with my brothers, yeah, we riding. Fucking with my brothers, yeah, we riding. Yeah, we riding. We riding. Fucking with my brothers, yeah, we riding. Fucking with my brothers, yeah, we riding. I get the order, yeah, I'm riding. Fucking with my brothers, yeah, we riding. Fucking with my brothers, yeah, we riding. Fucking with my brothers, yeah, we riding. I get the order, yeah, I'm riding. Fucking with my brothers, yeah, we riding. UPK run the corners and war like apparel. We put on the whole armor. Fuck the numbers, the Lord with us, we stronger. Niggas in their feelings, but they better keep their distance. Cause if they run up on us, it's gonna be an ugly day. We gon' fall on you faggots just like the Kentucky 8. Y'all niggas don't really want no problems. Cause we got brothers on Shamar that's itching to get to solve them. Pray to get the order just to follow it. We don't give a fuck about your pride, better swallow it. I'ma ride for my brothers and I die for this truth. Don't believe me, and you could be the proof, nigga. Fucking with my brothers, yeah, we riding. Fucking with my brothers, yeah, we riding. I get the order, yeah, I'm riding. Fucking with my brothers, yeah, we riding. Fucking with my brothers, yeah, we riding. Fucking with my brothers, yeah, we riding. I get the order, yeah, I'm riding. Fucking with my brothers, yeah, we riding. Mechanic of the Western, surrounded by my brothers, and damn it, it's a blessing. When we pull up on you while you panicking and stressing, acting like a bitch with anxiety, mixed with manic and depression. I can hear your heartbeat, and you scared cause you know them bullets ripping through flesh like shark teeth. But you can catch the yard Karab after you get your ass beat. We'll double back and finish the job. We can box it out and shoot shit. Whole team full of killers, don't push us cause we known to get ruthless. You welcome all smoke, we ain't hiding, nigga. If you fucking with my brothers, then we riding, nigga. Fucking with my brothers, yeah, we riding. Fucking with my brothers, yeah, we riding. I get the order, yeah, I'm riding. Fucking with my brothers, yeah, we riding. Fucking with my brothers, yeah, we riding. Fucking with my brothers, yeah, we riding. I get the order, yeah, I'm riding. Fucking with my brothers, yeah, we riding.
I need that travel and I see you, boy.
Shit was cool for a week, but when you meet, you find out she for the streets. She gon' bust it for the cheek. She for the streets, leave that hoe for the streets. Don't pay for pussy cause it's weak. No, you can't come with me, you belong in the streets. She fuck with you, and she tried to fuck with me.
Man, y'all know these hoes for the streets, man. Y'all better leave them alone.
Let me tell you niggas about the whole mind. She was cool at first, but then the hoe done lost the whole mind. She was coming over cooking, had a nigga eating right. Baking chicken in the oven, boiling up some jasmine rice. By the time I would find that this hoe was always lying, and when you catch her in the lies, the bitch resort to crying. Realize she for the streets, it ain't take me much time. Had a nigga calling me, blowing up my fucking line. It was over before it started, this bitch was acting retarded, telling me it's just a brother. Yeah, as if I bought it, better be cautious. These hoes is up for auction. You taking home a woman that gave a box to the office, and it's gonna be a movie the way she party with sauces. If you think that hoe for you, then you have really lost it. Sorry, I'm being honest, the truth will come out regardless. So let this be a reminder that some of these bitches garbage. Shit was cool for a week, but when you meet, you find out she for the streets. She gon' bust it for the teeth. She for the streets, leave that hoe for the streets. Don't pay for pussy cause it's weak. No, you can't come with me, you belong in the streets. You covered, then she let another nigga beat. Nigga, I told you that these hoes for the streets.
$40
is $40 is $40. Say it 3 times, bet she show up, get that pussy poppin'. She'll put you in the friend zone. I think she done let 100 niggas run 100 yards through her end zone. I wore hand-me-down clothes, never hand-me-down hoes, so I refuse to let you hand-me-down those, yeah. She wanna sip, I suppose, give her bread the whole loaf and buy a ring and propose the third one. Your open nose, she barely got on some clothes and fucking all of your bros and busting it when you gone, yeah. Man, that hoe gon' be a hoe, like JT said in that song, might as well let her go, yeah. How them by she bad and how she is a snack, a woman with class, but she wash her face with her ass rag. Real ass bitch, give a fuck by the nigga, and none of you hoes can get a fuck out of nigga, yeah.
Shit was cool for a week, but when you meet, you find out she for the streets. She gon' bust it for the teeth. She for the streets. Leave that hoe for the streets. Don't pay for pussy cause it's weak. No, you can't come with me. You belong in the streets. You cuffed her, then she let another nigga beat. Man, I told you that these hoes for the streets.
I met the bitch outside of my complex. Bitch so fine, like she running for a contest. Ass so nice, yo, I'm thinking I should wipe that. Have a couple kids, settle down, yeah, I like that. But the bitch capping and acting like a straight brat. Never wanna settle down, let a nigga wipe her. Rather hit the club, shake their ass and get tossed up. Bitch straight nasty, no class sassy. Alley cat black foot, bitch get the backseat. Nothing but a gold digger, never should've fucked with her. Now she at the crib straight sleep cause she hungover. Bitches ain't shit, goddamn what's wrong with them? Just a waste of time, stupid bitches always lying. Always fucking for a dime, keep my money on my mind. Never trust no bitch, cause a bitch will be your bitch. And a bitch gon' switch and suck another nigga's dick.
Many hoes for the streets. Many hoes for the streets. Yeah, these hoes for the streets. I said these hoes for the streets. Many hoes for the streets. Many hoes for the streets. Yeah, these hoes for the streets. I said these hoes for the streets. Shit was cool for a week, but when you meet, you find out she for the streets. She gon' bust it for the teeth. She for the streets. Leave that hoe for the streets. Don't pay for pussy cause it's weak. No, you can't come with me. You belong in the streets. You cuffed her, then she let another nigga beat. Man, I told you that these hoes for the streets. Shit was cool for a week, but when you meet, you find out she for the streets. She gon' bust it for the teeth. She for the streets. Leave that hoe for the streets. Many hoes for the streets. Many hoes for the streets. Yeah, these hoes for the streets. Hoes for the streets.
Home of the truth, we take off. Don't like what we say, cause they soft. If they ain't with it, then stay lost. If they make up a group, it's a break off. And we don't do unity camps. It's only one body in Christ. We follow these laws. Endure to the end that we sacrifice. Every day we working, exposing these lies and false teachers. Hell yeah, we gon' talk about it. Blasting the truth through these loudspeakers. You niggas is acting like bitches, only care about riches. Give a fuck about your feelings, you're killing our sisters. And I can't forget to mention you niggas is snitches. Got us fucked up, y'all niggas just talk tough. Acting like y'all about shit, y'all really need to shut the fuck up. UPK, we warlords, we take ground and we here to stay. Get rid of the get gone, fucking break off, y'all in the way. Let me tell you something, man. The Isupk under Commander General Yohana been here since 1969. We ain't gonna let no fake Israelite group, no unity camp. You understand? No fringes on the shirt wearing motherfuckers tell us what the fuck to do, man. Y'all sitting here letting heathens in your group killing our sisters, man. You ought to be a goddamn shame of yourself, man. We ain't gonna stand for that, man. We're gonna continue to speak out against that. We ain't going nowhere, man. You ain't gonna run us off no block. You understand? Under normal circumstances, I would have a whole nother verse on this song. But see, these ain't normal circumstances. These the type of circumstances where everything needs to be addressed, man. Everything need to be put out on the table, man. A mirror need to be put out in front of you niggas' faces, man. So y'all can see what y'all doing. You need to see your transgressions. That's the only way this shit gonna get resolved, man. That's the only way we're gonna be able to sit down at the table. You gotta get rid of your pride, man. You gotta repent from your transgressions. We gotta come together, man, in one body. Now Isupk is the home of the truth. The Isupk is that one body, man. That's the only way this gonna get resolved. So now what you gonna do? You either gonna barbecue, you gonna mildew, man. You gotta make a choice. And those are your only options. I pray you understand.
From the ghetto to the boondocks.
The crossing of the staff symbolizes anybody who is not an officer above or called up to the podium may approach the podium. First priest, step forward, state your registry.
Liza Arya Shanya Banya Hawada Banya Sha'ala.
Aiza Arya Shanya, Banya Hawada, Banya Sha'ala.
Yabashim Yashabakatum.
Yabashim Yashabrakata. Usually I will come this way since it's easier. This way. These cups now?
Yeah, go.
Laya Sha'ala, which means to Israel.
Imagine, which means to stand. Mupanyak down, which means to turn and face the east.
This is the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanawa.
Abanawa.
Shabbat Shemayim.
Shabbat Shemayim.
Qudash.
Qudash.
Hayah.
Hayah.
Shemka.
Shemka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Malakaka.
Malakaka.
Taba'ah.
Taba'ah.
Ratazayaka.
Ratazayaka.
Hayah.
Hayah.
Aisha.
Aisha.
Ba'a Ratazah.
Ba'aratazah.
Kawor.
Kawor.
Hayah.
Hayah.
Bashamayim.
Bashamayim.
Nathan.
Nathan.
Lanawa.
Lanawa.
Lakam.
Lakam.
Call.
Call.
Yawam.
Yawam.
Wasalakanawa.
Wasalakanawa.
Kabawathanawa.
Kabawathanawa.
Kasalakanawa.
Kasalakanawa.
Kabawathanawa.
Kabawathanawa.
Wala'ah.
Wala'ah.
Tabayayanawa.
Wala'ah.
Bunasaya one.
Bunasaya one.
Above.
Above.
Hawashayanawa.
Hoshayana.
Mayan.
Mayan.
Right.
Right.
Kaya.
Kaya.
Laka.
Laka.
Hamalakwa.
Malaka.
Waha'ala.
Mala'ala.
With the pearl.
With the pearl.
La'alamyam.
La'alamyam.
Aman.
Amen. The Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Salaki, in the English.
Our Father,
which art in heaven,
which art in heaven,
hallowed be thy name.
hallowed be thy name.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done in earth
as it is in heaven.
as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us of our debts, as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. So be it. The prayer for the Hakak, or the power in the Hebrew. Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Ba'ashem Yahushai,
Hashem Yahushua,
Baruch Hashah,
Baruch Hashah,
Nathanahu,
Nathanahu,
Hakak,
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 La Rapa'ah,
La Pa'ah,
Kar Makalah,
Kal Marawa,
Wakar Madawa,
Kal Marawa,
Hakak,
Hakak,
La Tahor,
Latahar,
Hamad Tazariah,
Hamatazariah,
Hakak,
Hakak,
La Hakim,
Lahaki,
Hamathim,
Hamathi,
Hakak,
Hakak,
Al Rakawat,
Arakawa,
Hatama Allah,
Tamala,
Lagarshan,
Garshan,
Ba'ashem Yahushai,
Hashem Yahushua,
Duwad Aman.
the word of mine. The Hakak, or the power in the English, Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahushua.
In the name of Yahushua.
Please give us the power.
Please give us the power.
The power to heal.
The power to heal
All manner of sickness.
all manner of sickness,
And all manner of disease.
and all manner of disease.
The power to cleanse the lepers.
The power to cleanse the
The
lepers.
power to raise the dead.
The power to raise the
The
dead.
power against unclean spirits.
The power against unclean spirits.
To cast them out.
To cast them out.
In the name of Yahushua.
In the name of Yahushua.
Thank you. So be.
So be it. Pray for the blessings in the Hebrew. Barakatha Yahweh.
Barakatha Yahweh.
Wa Yahushua.
Wa Yahushua.
Wam Yaka Allah.
Wam Yaka Allah.
Wa Hayim.
Wa Hayim.
Matazabya.
Matazabya.
Alawap Yahana.
Alawap Yahana.
Alawap Yah.
Alawap.
Hazaranyam.
Azaranyam.
Ha Kwatazayanyam.
Akwatazayanyam.
Ha Kayayam.
Akayayanyam.
Wa Kwathi.
Wa Yakwathi.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Ba'ashem Yahushua.
Hashem Yahushua.
The water Aman.
The water among. The blessings in the English. Bless you, Yahweh.
Bless you, Yahweh.
And Yahushua.
And Yahushua.
And Michael.
And Michael.
And the angels.
And the angels.
Commanded General
Commanded General
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
The generals.
The generals.
The
The
captains.
captains.
Officers.
The officers.
The troopers.
The troopers.
And the sisters.
And the sisters.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahushua.
In the name of Yahushua.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it. Psalms 121 in the Hebrew. Asha'ah.
Asha'ah.
Ayanya.
Ayanya.
Al-Hoharim.
Al-Hoharim.
Ma'ayan.
Ma'ayan.
Yaba'ah.
Yahweh.
Isariah.
Isaiah.
Isariah.
Isaiah.
Ma'ayin.
Ma'ayin.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Ashah.
Ashah.
Shemayam.
Here we go.
Wa'aratazah.
All our brothers are.
Al-Yathan.
All your done.
Lamawat.
Number one.
Regolka.
Golka.
Al-Yanawam.
All number one.
Shamarka.
Shamarka.
Hana.
Hana.
La'ah.
La'ah.
Yanawam.
Number one.
Wala'ah.
Wallah.
Yeshud.
Yeshud.
Shalomar.
Shamar.
Yasha'Allah.
Yasha'ala.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Shamarka.
Shamarka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Tazolka.
Zalka.
Al.
Al.
Yad.
Gad.
Yum Yaka.
Yamyaka.
Yawamam.
Yawamam.
Hashemash.
Hashemash.
La'ah.
La'ah.
Yakaka.
Yakaka.
Wayirak.
Wayirak.
Baya'ala.
Baya'ala.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Yashamarka.
Yashamarka.
Makol.
Makol.
Rai.
Rai.
Yashamar.
Yashamar.
Athnapashka.
Athnapashka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Yashamar.
Yashamar.
Taza'atka.
Taza'atka.
Wahu'atka.
Wahu'atka.
Ma'aitha.
Ma'aitha.
Wa'ai.
Wa'ai.
Awalam.
Awalam. Psalms 121 in English. I will lift up my eyes unto the hills.
I will lift up mine eyes to the
From
hills.
whence comes my help?
From whence comes my
My
help?
help comes from Yahweh.
My help comes from Yahweh,
Which made heaven and earth.
which made heaven and earth.
He will not suffer the foot to be moved.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He that keepeth thee.
He that keepeth thee
will not slumber.
will not slumber.
Behold.
Behold.
He that keepeth Israel.
He that keepeth
Shall
Israel
neither slumber nor sleep.
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
Yahweh.
Yahweh
is thy keeper.
is thy keeper.
Yahweh.
Yahweh
is the shade upon the right hand.
is thy shade on thy right hand.
The sun shall not smite thee by day.
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
Nor the moon by night.
nor the moon by night.
Yahweh
Yahweh
shall preserve thee
shall preserve thee
from all evil.
from all evil.
Preserve thy soul.
She shall preserve thy soul.
Yahweh.
Yahweh
Preserve thy going out
shall preserve thy going out
and thy coming in.
and thy coming in.
From this time forth.
From this time forth.
And even forevermore.
and even forevermore. Psalms 83 in the Hebrew. Alahayim.
Alahayim.
All Damayah.
All Damayah.
Laka.
Laka.
All Hakarat.
All Hakarat.
Wa'ol. Tashakwat.
Tashakwat.
All. Kaya.
Kaya.
Hana.
Ana.
Awil Yabyaka.
Abiyabika.
Yahama.
Yahama.
Yabun.
Yawan.
Ra'ash.
Rash.
Al Aimaka.
Al Imaka.
Ya'aru
Yariyama.
Sawada.
Suwara.
Wayatha.
Wayata.
Ya'atizawa.
Yaitazua.
Al Tazapawanyaka.
All Tasapawanyaka.
Amara.
Amara.
Lakawa.
Lakawa.
Wanaki Dum.
Wanaki Dum.
Mongolia.
Mongolia.
Wala'a.
Wala'a.
Yazakar.
Yazakar.
Sham.
Sham.
Yashala.
Yashala.
Iwada.
Iwada.
Kaya.
Kaya.
Nawaitazawa.
Yaitazua.
Labat.
Labat.
Yakagwa.
Yakaiwa.
Al Yaka.
Al Yaka.
Barya.
Barya.
Yakarakwa.
Yakarakwa.
Aholia.
Aholia.
Adawam.
Adawam.
Uyashemai.
Eshemai.
Alayam.
Ilayam.
Mawa'aba.
Mawa'aba.
Wahagaria.
Wahagaria.
Gabal.
Gabal.
Wa'imawan.
Imawan.
Wa'imalak.
Waimalak.
Halashad.
Halashad.
Ain.
Ain.
Yashabia.
Yashabia.
Tazawar.
Tazawar.
Gam.
Gam.
Ashawar.
Ashawar.
Nalawat.
Nalawat.
Imam.
Imam.
Hayawat.
Hayawat.
Zarawat.
Sarawat.
Labunya.
Bunya.
Lawat.
Lawat.
Seilat.
Seilat.
Aisha.
Ashat.
Laham.
Laham.
Kamadian.
Kanadian.
Kasa Yasara.
Kasra Sarat.
Kayabian.
Kayabian.
Banakaol.
Wanakao.
Kayashawan.
Kayashwa.
Nashamadu.
Shamawa.
Ba'ayan Da'ara.
Lion Darwa.
Hayawat.
Hayawat.
Daman.
Laman.
La'adama.
La Dama.
Shaitamwa.
Shayatamu.
Nara.
Nara.
Yab Mawa.
Yabamarwa.
Ka'ira.
Ira.
Wakaza'aba.
Wakazara.
Wakazabat.
Wakazabat.
Wakatazal.
Wakatazal.
Manai.
Manai.
Call.
Call.
Nasayakamwa.
Nasayakamwa.
Ashar.
Ashar.
Amarwa.
Amaru.
Nairashat.
Nairashat.
Lanawa.
Lanawa.
Ah. Nawat.
Narawat.
Alahayam.
Alayam.
Alahaya.
Alaya.
Shayathamwa.
Shayatamu.
Kago Gola.
Go Gullet.
Kakwash.
Shakwash.
Lapanya.
Panya.
Rawaka.
Rorakat.
So you Kaash.
Kahash.
Taba'ira.
Dabaira.
Ya'ira.
Yaira.
Wakalahaba.
Wakalahaba.
Talahat.
Talahat.
Harayam.
Ariyam.
Khan.
Khan.
Dardatma.
Lardama.
Basairika.
Zairika.
Wabasa.
Wabasa.
Wapathka.
Pathka.
Tawahalam.
Dawalam.
Mala'at.
Malahat.
Panyaham.
Panyaham.
Palawan.
Palawan.
Wabakashwa.
Wabakashwa.
Shimka.
Shaka.
Yahawa.
Yahawa.
Yabashwa.
Bashwa.
It's like Wayabawa.
Wabarwa.
Idea.
Idea.
Ai.
Ai.
Wayakaparwa.
Wayaparwa.
Wayabadwa.
Wayabadwa.
Wayadaiwa.
Wayadaiwa.
Kaya.
Kaya.
Atha.
Atha.
Shimka.
Shaka.
Yahawa.
Yahawa.
Labarka.
Barka.
All your one.
All you want.
All.
All.
Call.
Call.
Ha'arataza.
All Rakazak.
Psalms 83, keep not that silence, O Yahweh.
Keep not thy silence, O Yahweh.
Hold not thy peace.
Hold not thy peace.
And be not still.
Be not still.
O Yahweh.
O Yahweh.
For lo,
For lo,
enemies make it tumult.
thine enemies make to mold,
And they that hate thee,
and they that hate thee
lifted up their head.
have lifted up their heads,
Taking crafty counsel,
have taken crafty counsel
against thy people,
against thy people,
and consulted
against thy hidden ones. They have said,
Come,
Come,
and let us cut them off
from being a nation,
The name of Israel,
that the name of Israel
may be no more remembered.
may be no more remembrance.
They have consulted
For they have consulted together
together
with one consent.
They're confederate against thee.
They're confederate against thee,
The tabernacles of
Edom,
and the Ishmaelites of Moab,
and the Ishmaelites of Moab,
and the Hagarenes,
and the Hagarenes,
Gabal,
Gabal,
and
Ammon,
Amalek,
and Amalek,
the Philistines,
the Philistines,
the inhabitants of Tyre,
with the inhabitants of Tyre.
Assur also is joined with them.
Assur also is joined with them.
They have hope in the children of Lot.
They have hope in the children of Lot.
Selah.
Selah.
Do unto them
as unto the Midianites, as the Sisera, as the Jabin, at the brook of Kison, which perished and endured. They became as dung for the earth.
Make their nobles like a ram.
Make their nobles like a ram,
Like Zeb.
and like Zeb.
Yea.
Yea,
All their princes.
all their princes,
Zeba.
as Zeba,
And as Amunah.
and as Amunah,
Who said,
who said,
Take to ourselves.
Let us take to ourselves
the houses of Yahweh in possession.
the house of Yahweh in possession.
Oh my power.
Oh, my power,
Make them like a wheel.
make them like a wheel,
As a stubble before the wind.
as a stubble before the
As
wind,
the fire burneth the wood.
as the fire burneth the wood,
As the flame sets the mountains on fire.
and as the flame set the mountains on fire.
So persecute them with thy
So persecute them with thy
And
tempest.
make them afraid with thy storm.
And make them afraid with thy storm.
Fill their faces with shame.
Fill their faces with shame.
That they may seek thy name.
And they may seek thy name.
Oh Yahweh.
O Yahweh.
Let them be confounded.
Let them be confounded.
In trouble.
Forever.
Yea.
Yea.
Let them be put to shame.
Let them be put to shame. And perish.
That men may know.
That men may know
That
thou,
whose name alone,
whose name alone is Yahweh,
art the most high,
art the most high
over all the earth.
over all the earth.
Blessed are you, Yahweh.
Blessed are you, Yahweh,
King of heaven and earth.
King of heaven and earth,
And all things living.
and all things living.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
The name of Yahweh.
In the name of Yahushua,
To us now.
listen to us now,
Right now.
right now.
Send evils and curses.
Send evils and curses,
Punishment and destruction.
and punishment and destruction
To the heathen.
to the
That
heathens
speak against us.
that speak against us,
Thy
thy prophets,
Thy teachers.
and teachers,
The
the
princes.
princes,
The priests.
the priests,
Israelite brothers.
the Israelite brothers,
And the school.
and the schools.
Send evils and curses.
Send evils and curses,
Punishment and destruction.
and punishment and
To
destruction
the heathen.
to the heathen,
To shake loose the treasure.
and shake loose the treasure
The rich of Israel.
of the rich of Israel
Refuse to give to the school.
that refuse to give to the school,
Force their riches.
force their riches
Enter to that sanctuary.
to enter thy sanctuary.
Send evils and curses.
Send evils and curses,
Punishment and destruction.
and punishment and
To the
destruction
Edomites.
to the Edomites,
And their nation.
and the
And
nations,
their drug dealers.
and the drug dealers,
Court system.
the court system,
Prison system.
the prison system,
Planned Parenthood.
Planned
All
Parenthood,
the governments of reign.
all the governments of our enemies,
Like synagogues and armies.
Amalek synagogues and armies,
Roman Catholic Church.
the Roman Catholic Church,
The Pope.
the Pope,
Islam.
Islam,
Christianity.
Christianity,
Egyptology.
Egyptology,
Militia.
militia,
Ku Klux Klan.
Ku Klux Klan, Aryan Nation, skinheads, posse comitazi,
The gay movement.
the gay
The
movement,
lesbian
the
movement.
lesbian movement,
Spies.
spies,
Workers of witchcraft.
workers of witchcraft,
Space program.
NASA space program,
Army.
Army,
Navy.
Navy,
Air Force.
Air Force, Marines,
Wall Street.
Wall Street.
Open up the internet.
Open up the internet
And the airways.
and the airwaves,
Cable access channel.
cable access
The
channels,
radio channel.
the radio channels.
Convict the spirit.
Convict the spirit
of any of thy people.
of any of thy people
Seek to stop us.
that seek to stop
Bring
us
swift destruction.
and bring swift destruction
To all the heathens.
to all the heathens
Stand in the way.
that stand in the way
Stop us.
or try to stop us
Broadcasting your word.
from broadcasting your
Throughout
words
the planet Earth.
throughout the planet Earth,
And loose all the plagues.
that loose all the plagues,
Cause them to go.
cause them to go
To and fro.
to and fro
Through the earth.
through the earth
And consume them.
and consume them.
Let the plagues shake.
Let the plague shake
The house of the thief.
the house of the thief
And the murderer.
and the murderer,
The Yahushua.
the Yahushua,
Michael and Gabriel.
Michael and Gabriel.
Come with the flying saucers.
Come down with the flying saucers
Punish all the heathens.
and punish all the
That
heathens
come up against us.
that come up against
As
us
we speak thy word.
as we speak thy words,
Cause it to be known.
cause it to be known
By all.
by all.
The angels that have done it.
That is the angels that have done it,
Cause it to be spread.
cause it to be spread
Throughout the media.
throughout the media,
Throughout the whole world.
throughout the whole world.
Cause them to shake up their coming.
Cause it to shake at thy
In
coming.
the name of Yahushua.
In the name of Yahushua,
Thank you always.
thank you always.
So be it.
So be it.
Sar, which means to turn. Shut, which means to be seated. Priest will let you know where we're reading from. Okay. So we're going to be in the book of Deuteronomy.
2017. It's 2017.
20 and 17. Deuteronomy 20 and 17. Just put it on one side. Don't worry about the whole thing. We're good for the next 10 minutes. Trying to get this thing. Deuteronomy 20 and 17.
Fuck that one cooking my bag.
Remember that year, 2017? Seems like a lifetime ago now, huh? Oh, y'all want to get y'all age away, huh? Y'all remember 2017?
I told them I'm 17.
Huh?
I already told them I'm 17.
No, I said 2017.
No, I'm saying you said we didn't want to give our age
Oh,
away.
yeah, you right?
I gave mine away.
Well, Gad, you're old. Get old.
I graduated in 2016.
Yeah,
Don't
that's
you
funny.
graduate, huh?
I don't want to put it out
Yeah,
there.
exactly.
Okay.
I think I think it was 2002. Is that a long time ago?
Damn.
Oh man, don't do that. Don't do that. Yeah, 2002, man. Unfortunately,
It's like, what we're reading from Ottawa?
we're Deuteronomy 2017.
We're going to be reading the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 20, verse 17. Kaya. Hakara. Hakari. Hakaram. Hakarum. Hakarum. Takaraya. Takaraya. Thakarathayam.
Two miles at the end.
Come, lucky. Thought that was a thought. Should be Thakaraya. Ma. Should it be Mama? Or how would you pronounce the other one?
The Karyamum.
The Karyarum?
The Karyamum.
Yamum. The Karyamum. Lucky. Hakatha. Hakatha. Yeah. Hakatha. Hakathaya. Should be. Waha. 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 Ma. Radio.
Which word do you
Waha. Slovakia. Like this one right here. It might look different on your phone. So it's going to be the third line down, this first one. Starting with the wa. It's going to be wa, ra. It's lucky, not a ra. It's going to be wa, ha, Maria. Waha Imara. Slovakia. Waha Imara.
Maria.
Waha Maria. Should be Haka. Hakana. Should be Haka. Hakana. Hakana Ayan. Slovakia. Hakana Ayaya. Should be Waha. Waha Pa. Waha Pa. So. Wahapa. Wahapara. Wahapara Zaya. Zaya. Next one would be Hakaya. Nope. Hakawaya. Hakawaya. Should be Wahaka. Should be Wahaya. Wah. Yes. Yeah. Wahaya. Bawa. Saya. Should be Kaashara. Kaashara. Let me see if that's out. Tazawaka. Yahweh. Allah. Al-Hayak.
Make sure you're speaking up so everybody can hear you.
Come on. Al-Hayak. Verse 18. Should be La Ma I. So like at the beginning of verse 18, would that be a na at the end of that?
Lama Ayin. Yeah, there's enough.
Come on. So okay, how did you pronounce it?
Lama Ayin.
Lama Ayin. Ashara should be La'ah. Yalla. It should be Ya La Ma Dawa. Yalla Ma La Yama La Ya Daya Dawa. La Dama. The come should be Elisha with the Kakala. So be I Bathum. I Bathum. Asherah should be Ashawa. La Allah. La Allah. La La I La Ayala La Ayala Haya Hum. La Ayala Haya Hum. That should be Waka Pa Athum. Waka Pa
That's a tough.
Saki.
That's a tough. Top. TA. Not PA.
Come Saki. It should be Waka Tata Waka Tata Waka Ta the Ma. Should be Laya Hawa. Allah 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 Kayum. Should just be Sa. Verse 19. Kaya should be the Taza. The Taza Rawa. Sloppy. The Taza Wara. All. Ayara. Should be Yummy Yum. Rubber Yum. Lahalakam. Ali Yaha. Should be Rubber Yum. Rubber Yum. Should be Alaya Alaya be Lata Pashaha La Thasha Kaya the Dashakaya the Arth Itazaha Lunadaka Alayawa should be to be Gura that would be Garaza Nope, that's in your Kanaka. Garaza Na Kaya Mama Nawa. That's like it. So that backwards. Mama Nawa. The Kalau. The Wa Wa Is it the same character or is that different? So, huh.
Which one you want?
So trying to. So it starts with a wa, a ah, a tha, and then it looks like another wa.
Yeah.
Is that what that is?
Kind of.
Okay. So it'd be wa why wa the wa la the kaya should be ha ha dumb be itaza.
After this, let's get the rest in English for time's sake, so we don't get too jumped up. So
Come. Hashada ha Laba'a. Stop. The sorry. That's gonna be a ma. So it'd be ma pa mapanaya ka. Should be ba ma taza wara. Bama taza wara. Verse 20. So lucky. We're gonna go and get the rest in the English for time's sake.
Actually, let's clap it up and then take the first from the top.
We are in the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 20, verse 17. But thou shalt utterly destroy them, namely the Hittites, the Amorites, the Canaanites, and the Perizzites, and the Hivites, and the Jebusites, as the Lord thy God hath commanded thee. Verse 18. That they teach you not to do after all their abominations, which they have done unto their gods. So shall ye sin against the Lord your God. Verse 19. When thou shalt besiege a city a long time, in making war against it to take it, thou shalt not destroy the trees thereof by forcing an axe against them, for thou mayest eat of them, and thou shalt not cut them down, for the tree of the field is man's life, to employ them in the siege. Verse 20. Only the trees which thou knowest that they be not trees for meat, thou shalt destroy and cut them down, and thou shalt build bulwarks against the city that make war with thee, until it be subdued. Verse 21. So like chapter 21, verse 1. If one be found slain in the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee to possess, so like to possess it, lying in the field, and it be not known who hath slain him. Verse 2. Then thy elder and thy judges shall come forth, and they shall measure unto the cities which are found about him that is slain. Verse 3. And it shall be that the city which is next upon the slain man, even the elders of the city, shall take an heifer, which hath not been wroth with, and which hath not drowned, and which have not drowned in the yoke. Verse 20. And the elders of the city shall bring down the heifer unto a rough valley, which is neither eared nor sued, and shall strike off the heifer's neck there in the valley. Verse 5. And the priest, the sons of Levi, shall come near, for them the Lord thy God hath chosen to minister unto him, and to bless him in the name of the Lord. And by their word shall every controversy and every stroke be tried. Verse 6. And all the elders of the city that are next unto the slain man shall wash their hands over the heifer that is beheaded in the valley. Verse 7. And they shall answer and say, Their hands have not shed this blood, neither have their eyes seen it. Verse 8. Be merciful, O Lord, unto thy people Israel, whom thou hast redeemed, and laid not innocent blood upon thy people of Israel's charge. And the blood shall be forgiven. And the blood shall be forgiven them. Verse 9. So shalt thou put away the guilt of innocent blood from among you, when thou shalt do that which is right in the sight of the Lord. Verse 10. When thou goest forth to war against thine enemy, and the Lord thy God hath delivered them into thine hand, and thou hast taken them captive. Verse 11. And seest among the captives a beautiful woman, and hast a desire unto her, that thou wouldest have her to thy wife. Verse 20. Verse 12. Then thou shalt bring her home to thine house, and she shall shave her head and pure her nails.
All right. So
Verse 13.
that basically talking about, cut her hair, cut her nails, you know what I mean? Like, so she ain't all this pretty and this and that. It's to humble her and let her know she's in our domain now. Good.
Come on. Verse 13.
And this is not talking about getting heathen women. A lot of people say get concubine. That means they get with basically heathen women of other races.
Right.
Nah, this is just Israelite women from other tribes and everything. Because the way we were set up, we was broken up by tribes. So each tribe basically had their own kingdom. But it was a part of one empire. So like there's a whole bunch of states, but all the states are part of the United States. So all the tribes were their own state. and then they were part of the whole, united, the whole nation of Israel. But they were different tribes of Israel, so each state had their own setups and stuff like that, and the way they ran things. But mainly they ran it similar, basically around the law. But it would be like different things that are a little different, and the way people roll and stuff like that. Like if you go to Mexico, they rolling a little different than the brothers in Jamaica. Brothers in Jamaica rolling a little different than the brothers in Haiti. Brothers in Haiti rolling a little different than blacks in America. But once we get to these laws, we'll still roll a little different. Swag a little different, but we'll still be the same nation. Go ahead.
Okay. Verse 13. And she shall put the remnant of her captive from off her, and shall remain in thine house, and bewail her father and her mother a full month. And after that thou shalt go in unto her, and be her husband, and she shall be thy wife. Right.
So that's if you want to take her to be your wife. You give her a month, she gets a month to mourn. Then after that, she basically gonna be getting prepared to be one of your concubines. So it's not the same as a wife, but she just basically being prepared to be one of your concubines, or maybe your only concubine. But she'll be taking that 30 days to bewail her parents and be ready to be a concubine. Go ahead.
Verse 14. And it shall be, if thou have not delight in her, then thou shalt let her go, whether she will, but thou shalt not sell her at all for money. Thou shalt not make merchandise of her, because thou hast humbled her.
That's how it was back in the day, but nowadays, since Christ came, Christ increased the law. So you can't sleep with a woman, and then if you don't like her no more, put her away. Or if she did, whatever other reason, put her away. Now, if something like this happens, you got to keep her for life, basically.
Come on.
Go ahead.
Verse 15. If a man have two wives, one beloved and the other hated, and they have borne him children, both the beloved and the hated, and if the firstborn son be of her that was hated.
So you had one child, and then you and that woman broke up. Y'all don't even mess with each other no more. Then you go have another child, and you're making a family, and blah blah blah. When a man dies, his inheritance goes to his firstborn, regardless of if he was cool, if that was the one you raised up the most, or any of that. He automatically get it because he's your firstborn. You know what I mean? So ain't no getting around it just because you like another woman more, or you like the other child more. Always the firstborn get it. You know what I'm saying? So that's how it works. You pass down all your stuff to your firstborn. That's Israelite culture. That's what the Lord said. Go ahead.
Come on. Verse 16. Then it shall be, when he maketh his son to inherit that which he hath, that he may not make the son of the beloved firstborn before the son of the hated.
And that's why another thing in the scriptures, it tell you not to try to heap up treasures for yourself, because if you pass it down to your firstborn child, what if your firstborn child, he's a fool, and he just blows all your money and spends it all up? You know what I mean? That's why the scriptures say don't try to heap all treasures. Scriptures say when you get some money and you have something you can do with it, go enjoy the money. You see what I'm saying? Don't try to be like, oh, I'm gonna hold this money for years, like Bill Gates and billionaires and stuff. They get some money and then they just hold it in the bank account, and they just keep holding more until they got like these ridiculous numbers in their bank account with billions and billions of dollars. When in all actuality, they could have gave people raises, they could have paid out, they could have invested in other things, they could have gave out money to charities and all that, and kept their wealth at a couple billion, maybe even less than that, a couple $100 million, But instead, they're like, oh, I got to get more. So 1 billion ain't enough. 2 billion, 3 billion, 5 billion, 6 billion, 10, 20, 30 billion, 40 billion. And it's like, you don't even spend that much money. You know what I mean? The Lord told us not to be like that. Don't be like somebody who hoarding up all bunch of shit. Because when Bill Gates died, his sons and his daughters going to be high as hell, getting drunk off all that money, and they're going to squander all the money. And then Microsoft is going to go down, and it's going to blow, and it's going to be destroyed. And he did all that hoarding to pass it on to his children for nothing, because his company going to tank after he died. You know what I'm saying? And he don't think so. People in the world don't think so, but he going, once he died, his company going to tank and go over, the money going to go over somebody else, and that's that. So the Lord told us, don't try to like hoard all your money. I mean, take that money, do something good with it, enjoy yourself with it. Like go eat good, treat yourself good with your money.
Come on.
Go ahead.
Which is indeed the firstborn, verse 17. But he shall acknowledge the son of the hated, but he shall acknowledge the son of the hated for the firstborn, by giving him a double portion of all that he hath. For he is the beginning of his strength. The right of the firstborn is he. Verse 18. If a man have a stubborn and rebellious son, which will not obey the voice of his father or the voice of his mother, and that when they have chastened him, will not hearken unto them. Verse 19. Then shall his father and his mother lay hold on him, and bring him out unto the elders of his city.
So this is if somebody is a family and one of their kids is like a drunk, and he don't do nothing but lay around and eat up all their food and be a drunk and do everything they tell him not to do, he go do. He bring whores in their house. He steals their car. He's just a menace, and the parents don't know what to do. Like they still trying to tell him what to do, and he not listening to them. He just doing whatever the hell he want to do, because he can beat up his parents if they wanted to try to tell him something. So he just becoming a menace. Go ahead.
Verse 19. Then shall the and unto the gate of his place. Verse 20. And they shall say unto the elders of his city, This our son is stubborn and rebellious. He will not obey our voice. He is a glutton and a drunkard.
He's stubborn, rebellious, he will not obey. Same what people do nowadays. If you got a kid like that, what do people do now? They call the police. Police come and say, hey, man, you got to get out of here. You got to do this. You got to do that. And then, or they take them to jail or something like that. We did it back then, but there would be a trial. And if he was found guilty of all this stuff, go ahead, read more.
Verse 21. And all the men of his city shall stone him with stones, that he die.
This is what we would do. We would take him out of the city and kill him, and stone him with stones. Now, this didn't happen often because, people, brothers, like I said, for example, like nowadays, when they say, like the teenagers shooting up stuff and they don't respect nobody, or they want to fight everybody and this and that. If it was our nation, without the oppressor, we used to keep the scriptures, all the older men would go jump them and bring them in and tell them, you got to start acting right, or we ain't going to be doing no more talking. You see what I'm saying? You better start acting right, or we ain't going to be doing no more talking. Then he goes out and keep doing what he want to do, robbing, stealing, whatever. We're going to go get him and then put him to death. That's what we would do. So the younger generation would never, like beat up the older people and stuff like that. The 17-year-olds. Like nowadays, you got 17-year-old girls, they beating up their mama, they beating up their grandmama. They run around having all these babies, shooting up stuff, doing whatever the hell they want to do. 16-year-old boys doing whatever the hell they want to do. This was the way we addressed that situation. Like we would get to them, and they would have a trial. And if it went so bad, we would take them out and kill them. Then all the other teenagers would be like, "Oh hell, no, I ain't doing that." You heard what happened to Jaquan? They all grabbed him up, took him to trial, and he put to death. So shoot, I ain't about to do that no more. That was the point of the law. You see what I'm saying? That was the point of the law, to keep the younger people who live with their parents and mothers from overtaking their parents. You see what I'm saying? Because you get like 18 and your parents is like 40, 50 or something, they old. Shoot, you could just say, tell them, man, fuck you, I don't do whatever the hell I want to do.
Right.
What they gonna do? You know what I'm saying? They gotta call the elders, call the men of the city. Go ahead.
So shalt thou put away evil from among you.
That way we put away evil little mud suckers. Any little evil bastards that's in our neighborhoods, in our communities. There's some of them out there. A lot of them out there. They're just evil, you know what I mean? They just, they want to be evil. They want to do evil shit. They want to kill somebody. They want to sell drugs. They want to buy whores. They just want to do evil stuff. They don't want to do nothing else but just try to be evil and wicked. And you meet people like that all the time. You know what I mean? Somebody who just, all they think about is just being evil. Like, oh, I want to just get high, smoke drugs, fuck whores, and fight and shoot people. And, I just really want to do whatever I want to do. I don't want nobody to tell me nothing.
Right.
Okay, there's a remedy for that. To put away evil from among us, we would get together and put them to death.
Come on.
Go ahead, boy.
And all Israel shall hear and fear. Verse 22.
That way everybody hear what happened and they will be like, oh man, I ain't going to do that. Go ahead.
Verse 22. And if a man have committed a sin worthy of death, and he be put to death, and thou hang him on a tree. In verse 23. His body shall not remain all night upon the tree, but thou shalt in any wise bury him that day. For he that is hanged and accursed by God, that thou land be not defiled, which the Lord thy God giveth thee for an inheritance. Verse 22. Verse 22, chapter 22, verse 1. Thou shalt not see thy brother's ox or his sheep go stray, and hide thyself from them. Thou shalt in any case bring them again upon thy brother.
Right. So if somebody's stealing something, you gotta tell them. You gotta snitch on them. If not, you're gonna be in trouble too. Go ahead.
Come on. Verse 2. And if thy brother be not nigh unto thee, or if thou know him not, then thou shalt bring it unto thine house, unto thine own house, and it shall be with thee unto thy brother. Seek after it.
So this is if your brother left something. If somebody leaves something, let's say the brother's coming from out of town, and one of the brothers leave his his tam or something like that, or leave his headpiece, you're not allowed to just take it and keep it. You gotta take it and hold on to it and put it away somewhere so he can come back and get it, or you can mail it to him. But you're not allowed to just take your brother's stuff because he forgot it. Because he left it somewhere. You just, oh shoot, he left this. You know what that means? I got me some new stuff. Yeah. No, that's against the scripture. So you can't do that.
Oh God.
All right, go ahead. Also, did you notice the new cat that was in here? There was a cat in my office.
A new cat?
I don't know where that cat is. Who the cat is?
That's the ribs. It's very king, because I guess she getting taken to her sister's house, so she brought the cat over here. My brother's ribs.
All right, well, y'all make sure y'all put that litter box in the basement, and y'all gotta keep cleaning it out. Yeah, I mean, especially,
we're going to clean it out.
Because one cat is enough. Now we got two, so we gotta definitely keep it right.
Yeah, they fight and stuff. So they can't be trying to fight, so that's why we have to separate.
Oh, the cats were fighting? Okay, come on. Yeah, well, that cat, why is she bringing it here? Why can't she leave it with you? Oh, it's Quimpar's cat.
Yeah, Quimpar, yeah.
Oh, okay, it's Quimpar's cat. And they left it at their sister's house. All right, we'll talk about it off class. I was just wondering, like, the hell, well, my office, he just standing sitting in my chair. I'm like, what the? I thought it was because it was black and white, because we had some black cat. I thought that black cat went and had some babies and brought the babies back, because it's like a kitten. I was like, what the? Don't tell me, what's the name of the cat? Yeah, Roberto. I thought it was Roberto's kittens and stuff. Go ahead.
Don't come. And it shall be with thee unto thy brothers seek after it.
Now you hold on to it till they come looking for it and you give it to them. Go ahead.
And thou shalt restore it to him again. Verse 3. In like manner thou shalt do with his ass, and so shalt thou do. Right?
No homo. Let's talk about his horse and his donkey.
Come. Like the animal.
Yeah,
Not his physical body part.
Right. Go ahead.
And so shalt thou do with his raiments.
And his garments and clothes. Go ahead.
And with all lost things of thy brothers, which he hath lost, and thou hast found, shalt thou do likewise. Thou mayest not hide thyself. Verse 4.
Yep. So you gotta let them know whose it was. Somebody missing their stuff. You gotta bring it out and say, whose was it? Don't hide it. Try to keep it for yourself.
Right.
Go ahead.
Verse 4. Thou shalt not see thy brother's ass or his ox fall down by the way, and hide thyself from them. Thou shalt surely help him and lift him up again.
Right. So, for example, if it's like in Israel, if it had a horse or a donkey and it fell and it was hurt and stuff like that, and the brothers are trying to pick it up and get it out of a hole or something, you got to go help them. You can't just sit there and look at them and be like, yeah, see. They messed up donkey. I told them.
Right.
You got to go help them. So it'll be today like in Israel, like in the school. If one of the brothers' cars was broke down, and he needed help, the other brothers would come help. You see what I'm saying? If the other brothers didn't, that'll be your brothers taking you to counsel. Right. Say, hey, man, my car was broke down on the side of the road. I called the brothers to help me push it out the side of the road, and all the brothers was like, nah, they busy watching TV.
Right.
You can say, oh, I'm offended by that, and take them to counsel, and then they can tell that to the generals, and based off this scripture, the generals is going to tear his ass a new one and punish him. And say, oh yeah, you think watching TV is more important than helping your brother?
Right. Okay,
no sweat. This is what we're going to show you what brotherhood is about, and you're going to get a punt, you're going to get a judgment based off of not helping your brother when he needed.
Come.
It's the same with the law, with the scriptures back in the day. Now we don't ride horses, we drive cars.
Right.
So if a brother, the car was on the side of the road and he needed help, we would automatically go get it. It wouldn't even be a question like, nah, we got something I want to do or none of this shit. It'd be, we got to go help.
Yeah.
We got to go get our brother. Right. That doesn't happen multiple times in the school. Shout out to all the brothers who went and helped their brothers on the side of the roads. You know what I'm saying? All right, let's get it.
Verse 5. The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man.
How many more scriptures you got?
What's your, we're in the 22.
You said 2?
We're in 22.
Verse 22 is where we end up.
Okay.
How many more is that? Like the top 10?
So this like 17.
Okay.
Let's get verse 5 right now. The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man, neither shall a man.
11:14.
Go ahead.
Neither shall a man put on women's garments.
Same there, everybody heard that before. Don't be wearing no dress if you're a man. There'll be women, they'll be wearing men's clothes. Now, it don't mean pants. It just means clothes that are for men. Like you got pants that if a man wear, you would say he gay. Because he wearing women's pants. They say apple bottom on it. And it got them all in this tight and stuff, silhouette. It's gay. We don't wear tight skinny jeans in school by ISUPK.
Right.
But our sisters can wear pants, but pants that are designed for women. Go ahead.
Okay. For all that do so are abomination unto the Lord thy God.
If you do wear the pants, or Wear another sex's clothes. You are what? Abomination?
An abomination unto the Lord thy God.
Yep, it means the Lord thinks it's disgusting and dislikes it.
Come on, God.
Very much. Go ahead.
Verse 6. If a bird's nest chance to be before thee in the way, in any tree, or on the ground, whether they be young ones, or eggs, and the dam sitting upon the young, or upon the eggs, thou shalt not take the dam with the young.
So this is you run across a bird's nest, right? You see the bird sitting on the eggs. Go ahead.
Verse 7. But thou shalt in any wise let the dam go, and take the young to thee.
So you take the eggs, but don't take the eggs and the bird. You understand? Because the Lord said to do it first of all, and second of all, there won't be no more birds. Every time you get a bird laid in his nest, we go kill it, and the bird and the eggs. Eventually, we're gonna run out of birds. So that's why the Lord put these things have wisdom in them too, to reserve the animals, conserve the animals. The white man, he don't do that. That's why animals turn extinct. They turn extinct because he keep killing them, and let's say he find it pregnant, he kill that and the babies. You can't do that. You gotta if you want to take the babies, you gotta let the mother go so she can go off next year, or whatever, have more babies. That way, there's still gonna be more animals. All right, go ahead.
Thou shalt not take the dam with the young. Verse 7. Thou shalt in any wise let them go. Let the dam go, and take the young with thee, that it may be well with thee, and that thou mayest prolong thy days.
And the Lord going to see that, and He's going to make you live longer because you're making sure you're keeping the laws, the statutes, commandments, and you conserving the animals and preserving the animal species like He said to do. But if He see you doing the opposite of that, He's going to kill you because you're going to kill all the animals that He put out there. You don't want all the animals dead. So you killing all the animals out there, He's going to kill you.
Right.
Go ahead.
Verse 8. When thou buildest a new house, then thou shalt make a battlement for thy roof, that thou bring not blood upon thine house.
Now, according to the law, when you work on a roof, you have to set up what's called a battlement, which is, you ever see you go to when they do certain buildings, how they build up those like rafters on the outside of the building so you can walk on it and work on the building. That's what you have to build every time you do the roof. We don't. We just get on a ladder and crawl up to the roof. But then if somebody fall off and die, it's blood's on our hands. But the correct way to do it is you have to build the rafters around the roof. So if somebody fall off the roof, the rafters will catch them. You see what I'm saying? That's how we do it. The white man, he said, "Oh yeah, if you ride up the ladder, go up there." Then when somebody fall off the ladder and die, he's sitting there looking around, talking, acting like he can't pay for your family or something. But for Israel, if we get on the roof, we're supposed to put a battlement around it, or rafters, to catch a person that fall off. You're not allowed to just have people working on your roof and they just have no safety harnesses, no rafters, and none of that. That's against God's laws. You see what I'm saying? So that's just something that, most roofing companies don't do. But sometimes when they're working on skyscrapers or like tall buildings that don't have it on the side of it, like laying the bricks, they'll put the rafters because the bricklayers is walking around laying bricks. You know what I'm saying? You've seen that before, right? That's what they're supposed to do for roofs too. But instead, they don't. And that's why people be getting hurt and dying on the roof.
Come on, come
Like they don't talk about that a lot, but a lot of Iscariot brothers be falling off the roofs and dying.
come on.
Like people act like it never happens and stuff like that. Like they just so good. No, a lot of times they fall off. Just nobody do nothing about it. You know, they're gonna be on the news. Nobody gonna talk about it. They're just gonna be like, yeah, I remember Pablo, man, 10 years ago. He gone. He fell and died.
Like I was doing plumbing, there's a roofer, Mexican, he was on the roof, he fell off, he had a horse enough when he died. What's that? You know?
That was down when he was down in Texas?
Yeah, that was in Texas.
And that's recently too, huh? Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, they try to act like the roofers don't be in danger. They've been in danger. Like, that's just dangerous to be up there and not like that. That's actually, it's supposed to be illegal.
Right.
But they let them do it anyway because, if it was white guys up on the roof, they'd have all type of stuff. They have safety harnesses, they have battlements, rafters, they have all type of stuff to make sure the white guys don't fall off. But, forget the devils, we got to do it for ourselves.
Right.
Like, any roofer companies, y'all need to start making them battlements around every time you send the men on the roof. You know what I mean? You could afford it. It'll take you, another, couple of hours to set it up. If the bricklayers can set it up, the roofers can set it up. So, it's just stuff. That's just is wrong. It's wrong. You know what I mean? Like you said, that guy shouldn't have died. He should still be alive right now, enjoying his family and stuff. Right? Talking to his family, eating tacos, man. Right. So we need to tell our roofer brothers that, in the spirit of the Lord, one day, that hopefully they can, once they come into the truth and stuff more, they're gonna learn and be like, damn, nah, no more of this, man. No more of our friends and our brothers falling off this roof and dying for this money. We need to make rafters around the whole building. So you can walk on the roof, and if you fall, slide off, you're gonna fall on the rafters, and you ain't gonna die.
Come on.
Go ahead, Warren.
So that's why I stopped doing roofs, man, because it sounds like some risky days with no harness. One time the shirt was so steep, dang. So I thank the Lord for that, but I was able to do it. It was like I was high up, looking down, like 2 stories, it was scary.
Yeah.
It was like in the church. And I was like, oh man, bring the bundles. Oh man, that day was scary.
Yeah, that's the Lord.
I had to do it,
Yeah, I'm saying they shouldn't. It's against the Lord to have your workers do that. You know what I'm saying? So that's why a lot of these roofing companies they get cursed by God. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna be cursed by God because they don't put these battlements on there. And the Lord, He told us to do it 100,000, not 100, but 10,000 years ago. He told us to do it. Now 1,000 years later, we ain't even doing it.
Right.
So you think the Lord gonna be protecting us? Nah, because we're not even doing what He said to do. So a lot of these roofing companies gonna be cursed. They're gonna make a lot of money, then they're gonna crash. They're gonna make a lot of money, then they're gonna get destroyed. When you can make a lot of money and never get destroyed, we can keep the laws, statutes, and commandments.
Come on.
Start putting them rafters around the roof. Go ahead, Warrior.
If any man fall from thence, verse 9, thou shalt not sue. Thou shalt not sue thy vineyard with driver seeds. Lest
Hold on. Go back. Read that again.
Thou shalt not.
Go back one verse.
Verse 8. When thou buildest a new house, then thou shalt make a battlement for thy roof, that thou bring not blood upon thine house, if any man fall from thence.
Right. So that house that brother was working on, there's blood on that house. Because somebody died to put the roof on.
Right.
So you don't want to bring blood on the house. You know what I mean? Talk about, haunted houses. You mean, should you bringing blood on your house? You know what I mean? Not that like haunted, like a ghost going to get you, but it's you reap what you sow. So you sowing death on your house. So that person, whoever house got built, and the roofer too, the roofing company, they putting blood on themselves.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? The Lord may require that blood at their hands. The Lord may say, well, because this person died and it's your fault because you told them to do it, then now you're going to die. Or somebody going to die. Anything can happen. You know what I mean? No matter who knows the judgment of the Lord sometimes. Stuff like that. So brothers better not do that. Go ahead. Read a little faster if you could.
Come on. Verse 9. Thou shalt not sow thy vineyard with driver seeds, lest the fruit of thy seed which thou hast sown sown in thy fruit of thy vineyard be defiled.
Now, this means when you plant the seeds, you can't put in different ones. You can't take all the seeds, like you're about to put the seeds in the ground. You can't say, all right, let me put pumpkin seed, apple seed, orange seed, carrot seed, and I'm gonna just throw them all in the same place. And all type of different stuff is growing. It's going to defile the plants. The plants is going to be deformed. The plants is going to be messed up. The plants is going to be diseased and sick. You got to have the same area, only one plant at that time. Like that's why you see in farms. If one plot is if it's corn, all the farm of it is going to be corn. It ain't going to be half corn and half grapes and half this, half that, and a whole bunch of half of this and that. Nah, it's all the same. You got to do that. You got to keep it all the same. Go ahead.
Come, verse 10. Thou shalt not plow with an ox or an ass together. Verse 11.
Now, when you set up your plow, don't hook up a donkey and an ox together on the plow and have them both pulling. Because, a lot of bad things could happen. You know what I mean? The ox could hit the donkey and kill it. The donkey could kick the ox and kill it. You know what I mean? You got to put either 2 donkeys or 2 oxes. That's it. You can't put 2 different ones. Go ahead.
Verse 11. Thou shalt not wear a garment of diverse sorts.
Diverse.
Like of diverse sorts, like as of woolen or linen together.
Now this is business talk right here. I mean, don't have garments. Let's say this garment. If I say this material is wool, all wool, but it's really some of it's not wool. Don't do that, because nobody can really tell just by looking at it. Really, you could just be fooling everybody. You're like, yeah, this is top leather, and this stuff really not even cow's leather. It's some damn other animal leather, some weird leather. It's some damn other, some goat leather or something. But I'm telling you, it's premium leather. Don't do that, because we can't tell. This is for people who do business. We can't tell what type of real material that is, and if you're lying.
Go
ahead.
Verse 20, also like verse 12. Thou shalt make thy fringes upon the 4 quarters, of thy vesture, wherewith thou coverest thyself. Verse.
No, yes, it's putting the fringes on the garments. Go ahead.
Verse 13. If any man take a wife and go in unto her and hate her, verse 14, and give occasions of speech against her, and bring up an evil name upon her, and say, I took this woman, and when I came to her, I found not a maid.
So if you marry this woman, y'all supposed to get married, but she's supposed to be, like a virgin. She ain't supposed to, you talk to her father. Like it's in the UPK. If there's a sister in UPK that you want to marry, you can talk to her father, and he work out a deal with how much the dowry is. But if he say, yeah, she ain't never been with no man, and you make a deal and you pay all this money for her, and then come and find out when you have sex with her, the blood don't come out. Like a woman first time ever having sex, blood's gonna come out of her private area. If that don't happen, that means she done already had sex with somebody. Then there's a problem. Go ahead.
Verse 15. Then shall the father of the damsel and her mother take and bring forth the token of the damsel's virginity unto the elders of the city in the gate.
Now, the first time y'all have sex and the blood comes out and it gets on the blanket or the cover, you're supposed to take that cover, fold it up, and the father and the mother takes it. And that means this deal is done. Now, if later on he come and say, yeah, she had sex with somebody else, I heard this, I heard that, then the parents supposed to bring that blanket as proof. If they don't have that blanket as proof, then there ain't no proof that she was a virgin. Go ahead.
Verse 16. And the damsel's father shall say unto the elders I gave my daughter unto this man to wife, and he hateth her. Verse 17. And lo, he hath given occasions of speech against her, saying, I found not thy daughter a maid, and yet these are the tokens of my daughter's virginity. And they shall spread the clothes before the elders of the city. Verse 18. And the elders of the city shall take that man and chastise him. Verse 19.
Chasten.
It's like,
They say chasten or chastise?
it's like a chastise.
Yeah, chastise it. So if he say that to people, and then the parents showed him that she did bleed the first time they had sex, then they supposed to check that man for lying like that.
Right.
Go ahead.
Verse 19. If you lucky. Then they shall immerse him with 100 shekels of silver, and give him unto the father of the damsel, because he hath brought up an evil name upon a virgin of Israel, and she shall be his wife, and she shall be his wife, he may not put her away all his days. Verse 20. But if this thing be true, the tokens of virginity be not found for the damsel. Verse 21. Then they shall bring out the damsel to the door of her father's house, and the men of the city shall stone her with stones, that she die, because she hath wrongfully folly in Israel. Because she hath wrought folly in Israel, to play the whore in her father's house. So shalt thou put evil away from among you.
So if it was found out that they was running around saying she was a virgin, selling her as a virgin, some brother bought her and gave him all this money for a so-called virgin, then they find out she wasn't, she gets put to death.
Right.
That's how serious it was. But mainly for that not to happen, just don't say she's a virgin. You gotta say, yeah, she's not a virgin, but she a virgin of age, but she been with a man before, you know what I mean? She had a husband before, it didn't work out, you know what I mean? So if you still want to be with her, you know what I mean, we can work a deal. But I gotta be honest with you. I can't sit there and say, yeah, she ain't never been with no man. She, you know what I mean, you want to marry her, you gotta do this, do that. You gotta tell them, like, yeah, she had a few brothers, you know what I mean? She done been with a few brothers and they divorced her. You know what I mean? So that's the deal. If you still want to marry her, that's on you. Go ahead.
Come. Verse 22. If a man be found lying with a woman married to an husband, then they shall both of them die, both the man that lay with the woman and the woman. So shalt thou put away evil from Israel. Verse 23.
22 is the last one.
Come. Oh, that's all I'm saying.
Sign Christ. Let's move on.
Okay, it's like you would call Imagine Cap.
Imagine.
You take the chance and what for that the quote.
Layashala, which means to Israel.
This is the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanawa.
Abanawa.
Shabbat Shemayim.
Shabbat Shemayim.
Kudash.
Kudash.
Hayah.
Hayah.
Shemka.
Shemka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Malakuka.
Malakuka.
Taba'ah.
Taba'ah.
Ratazayaka.
Ratazayaka.
Hayah.
Hayah.
Asham.
Asham.
Pa'arataza.
Pa'arataza.
Kawah.
Kawah.
Hayah.
Hayah.
Bashamayim.
Bashamayim.
Nathan.
Nathan.
Lenawa.
Lenawa.
Lakam.
Lakam.
Call.
Call.
Yawam.
Yawam.
Wasalakanawa.
Wasalakanawa.
Kwabawathanawa.
Kwabawathanawa.
Kasalakanawa.
Kasalakanawa.
Kwabawathiyanawa.
Kwabawathiyanawa.
Wala'a.
Yawaa.
Tabayayanawa.
Tabayayanawa.
Panasayawan.
Panasayawan.
Ball.
Ball.
Hawashayanawa.
Hawashayanawa.
Mayan.
Mayan.
Rai.
Rai.
Kaya.
Kaya.
Lakah.
Lakah.
Hamalakwa.
Malakwa.
Waha'ala.
Waha'ala.
With the par.
What the power?
La'alamyum.
La'alamyum.
Aman.
Amen.
Our Father,
Our
which
Father,
art in heaven,
which art in heaven,
hallowed be thy name.
hallowed be thy
Thy
name.
kingdom come,
Thy kingdom
thy
come.
will be done.
Thy will be done
On earth,
on earth
as it is in heaven.
as it is in heaven.
Give us this day
Give us this day
our daily bread.
our daily bread.
Forgive us not, and forgive us our debts.
And forgive us of our debts,
As we forgive our debtors.
as we forgive our debtors.
Lead us not into temptation,
And lead us not into temptation,
but deliver us from evil.
but deliver us from evil.
For thine is the kingdom,
For thine is the
and
kingdom,
the power,
and the power,
and the glory,
and the glory,
forever.
forever. Prayer for the Hakak, or the power in the Hebrew. Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Ba'ashim Yahushua.
Ba'ashim Yahushua.
Baruch
Baruch Shah.
Nathanahu.
Nathanahu.
Hakak.
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 La Rafa'ah.
La Rafa'ah.
Kal Makalah.
Kal Makalah.
Wakal Madawa.
Kal Madawa.
Hakak.
Hakak.
Latahor.
Latahor.
Hamatazarayim.
Hamatazarayim.
Hakak.
Hakak.
Lahakim.
Lahakim.
Hamakim.
Hamakim.
Hakak.
Hakak.
Al Rakawah.
Al Rakawah.
Latama Allah.
Tama Allah.
Lagarshan.
Lagarshan.
Ba'ashim Yahushua.
Ba'ashim Yahushua.
Through
Through what Aman.
In English. Yahweh,
Yahweh.
in the name of Yahushua,
In the name of Yahushua.
please give us the power,
Please give us the power,
the power to heal
power to heal
all manner of sickness,
all manner of sickness,
and all manner of disease,
all manner of disease,
the power to cleanse the lepers,
power to cleanse the lepers,
the power to raise the dead,
power to raise the dead,
the power against unclean spirits,
power against unclean spirits,
to cast them out,
cast them out.
in the name of Yahushua.
In the name of Yahushua.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it.
The prayer for the blessings in the Hebrew. Barakatha Yahweh.
Barakatah Yahweh.
Wa Yahushua.
Wa Yahushua.
Wa Miyaka Allah.
Wa Miyaka Allah.
Wa Hayim.
Wa Hayim.
Matazabia.
Matazabia.
Alwapya Hana.
Alawapya Hana.
Alwapya.
Alawapya.
Azaranya.
Asaranya.
Akwatazayanya.
Akwatazayanya.
Akayayim.
Akayayim.
Wa Akwati.
Wa Akwati.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Shim Yahushua.
Ba'ashim Yahushua.
What Aman.
What Aman. In English. Bless you, Yahweh.
Bless you, Yahweh.
And Yahushua.
And Yahushua.
And Michael.
Michael.
And the angels. Commander General Yahana.
Commander General Yahana.
The generals.
Generals.
The captains. The officers. The troopers. And the sisters. Yahweh. In the name of Yahushua.
And Yahushua.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
Psalms 121 in the Hebrew. Asha'ah.
Asha'ah.
Ayanya.
Ayanya.
Al-Hahori.
Al-Hahori.
Mayan.
Mayan.
Yaba'ah.
Yaba'ah.
Azaria.
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 Ma'ayin.
Ma'ayin.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Asha.
Asha.
Shemayam.
Shemayam.
Wa'arataza.
Wa'arataza.
Al-Yathan.
Al-Yathan.
Lamawat.
Lamawat.
Regolka.
Regolka.
Al-Yanawam.
Al-Yanawam.
Shamarka.
Shamarka.
Ana.
Ana.
La'a.
La'a.
Yanawam.
Yanawam.
La'a.
La'a.
Yeshan.
Yeshan.
Shomar.
Shomar.
Yasha'Allah.
Yasha'Allah.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Shamarka.
Shamarka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Tuzalka.
Tuzalka.
Al.
Al.
Yeah.
Ya.
Yumyaka.
Yumyaka.
Yawamam.
Yawamam.
Ashamash.
Ashamash.
La'a.
La'a.
Yakaka.
Yaka.
Wayaraq.
Wayaraq.
Waya'Allah.
Waya'Allah.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Shamar.
Shamar.
Makal.
Makal.
Right.
Right.
Yashamar.
Yashmar.
Athnapashka.
Athnapashka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Yashamar.
Yashmar.
Taza'ah.
Taza'aka.
Wabu'aka.
Wabu'aka.
Ma'aika.
Ma'aika.
Why?
Why?
I will love.
In English. I will lift up my heels unto the I will lift up mine eyes.
I will lift up mine eyes
Unto the hills.
unto the hills.
From whence cometh my help?
From whence cometh my help?
My help cometh from Yahweh.
My help cometh from Yahweh,
Which made heaven and earth.
which made heaven and earth.
He will not suffer thy foot to be
He
moved.
will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He that keepeth thee
He that keepeth thee
will not slumber.
will not slumber.
Behold,
Behold,
he that keepeth
he
Israel
that keepeth Israel
shall neither slumber
shall neither slumber
nor sleep.
nor sleep.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
How is thy keeper?
Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand.
How is thy shade upon thy right hand?
Sun shall not smite thee by day,
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
nor the moon by night.
nor the moon by night.
Yahweh shall preserve thee
Yahweh shall preserve thee
from all evil.
all evil.
He shall preserve thy soul.
He shall preserve thy soul.
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out
and thy coming in.
and thy coming in.
From this time forth
From this time forth
and even forevermore.
and even forevermore. Psalms 83 in the Hebrew. Allahayim. All Damayah.
All Damayah.
Laka. All Pakarash.
All Pakarash.
Wa'al. Lashakwat. All. Kaya. Ana.
Oyagika.
Yahamu.
Yawan.
Yawan. Ra'ash. Al Aymaka.
Yaryamwa.
Sawada. Wayatha. Ya'aitazawa. Al Tazapawanyaka. Amara. Lakawa. Naki Dum. Magalia. Wala. Yazakar. Sham. Yasha'ala. Iwada. Kaya. Nawa'aitazawa. Labat. Yakadwa. Al Yaka. Barya. Yakarah. Ahoya. Adawam. Weshemai. Aliyam. Mawa'aba. Wagaria. Gabal. Wa'aimuan. Wa'aimalak. Halashah. Aim. Yeshabia. Tazawar. Gam. Ashawar. Nalawat. Aimum. Ayawak. Zarawai. Labanya. Lawat. Selah. Aisha. Lahum. Kamadia. Kasi Yasara. Hayabian. Bonakaol. Kayashuan. Nashamadwa. Ba'ayun Da'ara. Hayawak. Yaman. La'adama. Shaitamwa. Nara. Yab Mawa. Ka'ira. Wakaza'aba. Wakazabak. Wakatazal. Manai. Call. That's how you come. Ashar. Amaru. Nayarashah. Nawa. Nawat. Ahayam. Ahayat. Shaikamwa. Kagol. Kakwash. Lapanya. Rawaka. Ka'ash. Daba'ira. Ya'ira. Wakalahaba. Talahat. Harayam. Khan. Daradakma. Wasairika. Wabasa. Wapatka. Tabahalam. Mala'at. Hanyaham. Halawan. Wibakashwa. Shimka. Yahweh. Yabashwa. Wiba'awa. Idea. Wiyakaparwa. Wiyabadwa. Wiyadaiwa. Kaya. Atta. Shimka. Yahweh. Badka. Al Yawan.
Ratazah. In the English, keep not thy silence, O Yahweh.
Keep not thy silence, O Yahweh.
If you could, tell us about open that door. Keep the door. Too hot stuff. Hold not thy peace.
Hold not thy peace.
And be not still, O Yahweh.
Be not still, O Yahweh.
For lo,
lo,
thine enemies make a tumult.
thine enemies make a tumult.
They that hate thee,
And they that hate thee
have lifted up their head.
lift up their heads.
They have taken crafty counsel.
They have taken crafty counsel
Against thy people.
against thy people.
They consulted against thy hidden
They
ones.
consulted against thy hidden ones.
They have said,
They have said,
Come, let us cut them off.
let us cut them off.
Being a nation.
Being a nation.
That the name of Israel
In the name of Israel,
may be no more
there
remembrance.
be no more remembrance.
So they have consulted together
They have consulted together
with one consent.
one consent.
They are confederate against thee.
They are confederate against thee.
The tabernacles of Edom
Tabernacles of Edom,
and the Ishmaelites of
the
Moab
Israelites of Moab,
and the Hagarenes,
and the Hagarenes,
the Bow,
Bow,
and
and
Ammon,
Ammon,
and Amalek,
and Amalek,
the Philistines,
the Philistines,
with the inhabitants of Tyre.
with the inhabitants of Tyre.
Asher also is joined with them.
So also joined with them.
They have hope in the children of
They
Lot.
have hope in the children of Lot.
Selah.
Selah.
Do unto them
Do unto them
as unto the Midianites,
as unto the Midianites,
as to Sisera,
as to Sisera,
as to Jabin,
as to Jabin,
at the brook of
at the
Kishon,
brook of Kishon,
which perished at
which
Endor.
perished at Endor.
They became as dung for the earth.
They became as dung for the earth.
Make their nobles like a red,
Make their nose like a
and
red,
like Zed.
like Eve.
Yea,
Yea,
all their
all the
princes,
princes,
as Zeba,
Zeba,
and as Amunah,
as Amunah,
who said,
who said,
let us take to
let us
ourselves
take to
the
ourselves
house of Yahweh in
the
possession.
house of Yahweh in possession.
Oh my
Oh,
power,
my power,
make them like a wheel,
make them like a wheel,
as a stubble before the
as
wind,
a stove for the wind,
as a fire burneth the
as
wood,
a fire burnt the wood,
and as a flame setteth the mountains on fire.
as the flames set the mountains on fire.
So persecute them
So persecute them
with thy
with
tempest,
thy tempest,
and make them afraid with thy storm.
and make them afraid with thy storm.
Fill their faces with
Fill
shame,
their faces with
that
shame,
they may seek thy
they
name.
may seek thy name.
Oh Yahweh,
Oh Yahweh,
let them be
let
confounded,
them be confounded,
in
in
trouble,
trouble,
forever.
forever.
Yea,
Yea.
let them be put to shame
Put to shame,
and perish,
perish,
that men may know
that men may know
that
that
thou,
thou,
whose name alone
whose name alone
is Yahweh,
Yahweh,
art the Most High,
art the Most High,
the warrior.
all the earth.
So, his turn. Now you can't touch it for a circle. Yahweh Shalom, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shabrak Yah. Shalom, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shabrak Yah.
It's like you had it right the first time. Yeah. It's just
You don't understand. It's not Shalom, Yahweh.
No, it's just Yahweh.
They brought it back and said Shalom, Yahweh.
Well, that's how it is on what Captain Arch sent out.
I'm saying they had a video. What, a video?
No, but this is updated.
Okay, all right. So,
Yahweh Shem Yahshua Barak Yah.
So walk up to it and then salute it. Now walk through it, Mother, right back to the shop.
Okay. So you do Alaikum Shabbat, Alaikum Barak. You put your fist on it. Step closer. There you go. You'll say Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Barak. Yeah. And you put your fist down. And you spin out and go back to your seat. No sign correct.
Technically called about face. About face. Or what's the Hebrew word for? I forgot. Hapak. People know that though, so you just say about face. Or if they want to know about face, you tell them what you told them. Turn around.
Cool. And then we'll say this concludes the service. And then I'll blow the horn, we do salutes.
This concludes the Isupk Sabbath service. Man, Bistro, I macho. We stand. I macho. It's like, I macho Shabbat. I macho. Barak. Yahweh Shem Yahushua Barakadom. Y'all top. Sorry, face to the sisters could be watching online. Man of Israel, I macho Shabbat. I macho. Barak. Yahweh Shema B'Shem Yahushua. Walk through it, my rock.
Okay. You'll say Yahweh, Shamar, Al-Athan, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai. Which is what he said is, Lord or God, watch over you in the name of Christ.
Guys, Sabbath dismissed.